Morning, everybody. Welcome to LockPod, Season 15, Episode 10. This is the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power and Indiana Lake County Studios.
Happy Friday.
Yes, sir.
It's sunny today. Finally going to warm up.
Morning, Joe.
Hey.
What's up?
What up?
We had the darkest conversation going right before we rolled in.
I'm sad I'm not going to be here Tuesday for this segment.
Oh, I know. It's going to be a good segment on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I would suggest you tune in. Kevin's got a segment about how he makes women cry everywhere he goes.
I think that's our new mailbag. Who did Kevin make cry this week?
I didn't.
like it.
No, it's not
like
me making them
bit.
cry.
Yeah.
I just. Well, we'll get into it Tuesday, but I just found myself in situations this week where women were crying. I mean, I feel bad for
You make
them.
me cry often.
No, I don't.
You're the
No.
constant.
No.
Yeah.
Do you realize how famous we would be if we could air the stuff we
Yes.
don't
There's
air?
always stuff we talk about. We're like, that can't go on the show. And it's awesome. Our show would be
I know.
we'd be in like New York Times bestselling podcast.
for sure.
Right?
Yes.
Because there's some crazy shit that
As-
we are never allowed to talk about.
As George Santos said, we have won many potties.
Yeah.
With a T.
On his cameo. Yeah,
Like
Potties.
the 5-minute conversation during the intro song.
is
Yes.
always
If
great.
we just recorded those,
that could have been the whole show. It's like 5-minute clip. You guys would have been, this is
we
my
should
favorite
make people
podcast.
pay
Yes.
for those.
5-minute
Yes.
clip.
like
Yeah.
a bonus segment.
Well, we could use it.
Subscribe.
We could keep it in escrow for our divorce attorneys. That'd be great, right? We could use it. Okay, Kevin, you're getting divorced. Okay, here, you could use our escrow.
here's some money.
Wait, when do I get to
Lockpod
use
escrow.
it?
That's right. You get to just go on
Aw.
vacation with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, as long as I get a cut.
Okay. You do. Hey, we got our dead tickets, by the way, Joe. I wanted you to know.
We have
I was-
you three?
The LockPod.
You're
did.
coming.
Oh.
You are part of LockPod.
It's for real? For real?
Yeah.
I mean, you can make,
August
if you
1st,
can
2nd,
meander
3rd.
your way out to San Francisco.
It's going to be Deadhead Central. But Kevin's looking at a place on the ocean, by the way.
We're trying to find a good place for us.
So
On
tell
the
us about
ocean?
this 3-day event. What's going on?
August
here?
1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Dead and Company is having their 60th anniversary in Golden Gate Park. They're playing a 3-day open-air concert. And people know that I'm also a Billy Strings fan. I'd say like Billy Strings, Taylor Swift, Dead and Company. Those are my top three for sure. And that's not accounting rap at all, by the way. I love rap too. And Billy Strings is opening
Well,
for
first of all, let's
Dead
talk
and
about
Company.
whether
Billy Strings is opening for Dead and Company on Friday.
But what? How rare is it for Dead and Company to have an
They
opener?
never have
right.
openers.
So I mean, that's the
Ever.
crazy thing.
Ever. They'll play sometimes they'll pull people on stage. Like Dave
Sure.
Matthews came on stage with them when
In
they were on
Boulder.
tour. Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd have been mine.
But and then when we were in San Francisco, the rumor in the crowd was John Fogerty was
Didn't
coming.
happen though.
And they kept playing Creedence the whole night. So we were like, John Fogerty's going to walk out because he's a Bay Area guy. He never did.
So
He's coming to Hammond instead.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
the
right. Go to.
Grateful Dead will come out.
By the way,
They'll make a.
We don't know they
I
won't.
am. By the way, when we talk to Fogerty, we're definitely dropping August 1st, 2nd, 3rd to him
Sure.
for sure because
We'll get.
he's a
maybe
Bay
he'll-
Area guy. It's like,
maybe
hey
he'll give
man,
us information.
it's the 60th anniversary, Bob.
You're going right,
John, we got to go out there.
Bob, John, whatever your name is.
So the
Should figure that out
stars,
before you start talking to him, Kevin.
the stars have a line
Kevin will
for
make
you,
him cry.
Tom. This show, this is your ultimate show. Billy Strings, Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
How did the universe bring this together?
If
just
Taylor
for you?
Swift came walking out, that would just like.
Oh, what
blow
if
my
she
mind.
drops Reputation there?
Oh,
The
I'd be
I
dead.
still love. her
and
so
by the
much.
way, like there's openers every night. Sturgill Simpson, for those that like, Sturgill
So
Simpson
good.
is I know one of my kids loves Sturgill Simpson, so that's going to be a great opener on Saturday night, and Sunday
Trey
is
Anastasio.
Trey Anastasio band,
from Fish,
so it's going to be unbelievable.
John.
Yeah.
There's rumor out there that eventually Billy Strings is going to be in Dead and Company. There's strong rumors out there, and I don't even think Billy Strings tries to discourage those rumors because he does a lot of jams with Bob Weir. Bob Weir's the spot that's going to be opening up eventually because the guy's 77 years old, right? So eventually Bob Weir's not going to be in Dead and Company anymore, and they're going to have to find somebody to take over because it's too successful not to. I think it's going to be Billy Strings.
Well,
I definitely think it's going to be Billy Strings.
Wow.
I have a feeling that on each night those openers are going to be playing with the band on certain songs.
Oh, for
Ooh.
sure.
So
I agree with you.
It's going to be awesome.
That would be
That
awesome.
means Billy Strings on
gonna
Friday.
pop in on
Oh my
Friday,
God,
yeah.
dude, I'm going to be in my glory.
Heaven.
Billy Strings, for those of you that don't listen, he's playing 3 concerts in the close proximity to Chicago in the next week. He is absolutely stunning and amazing. And I'm not a country fan, and I'm not saying he's country,
More
but he's
bluegrass.
definitely more country than he is rock. Yeah, but it's like tweaky Grateful Dead country. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he'll play a song that's normally 3 minutes long, and he'll stretch it out to 10 minutes
Kind
long.
of like
and-
Bluegrass Jam.
Yes,
which I love,
Bluegrass
which
Jam.
is awesome.
That's a good way
So-
to say it, Kevin. Bluegrass Jam.
It's really, really fun.
Anyway, we got our Dead tickets. I was 11,964 when I started, and I got up.
I think I was higher than you.
You were. And we all
both
got in
got in.
within half hour.
Yeah.
We were all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the queue moved.
Yeah.
Good job by Ticketmaster.
I'm speculating on my tickets, man.
Oh.
Straight up. Straight up.
Ooh.
I'm speculating. I don't think we're going to need my 6, and I'm going to sell them for a profit, I'm hoping, because I'm a confident Grateful Dead capitalist. I'm a Grateful Dead capitalist.
I love it.
Grateful Dead capitalist. I've seen these tickets and what they do. They always appreciate greatly in value.
They do.
The Sphere.
Well, Dead heads are probably a little bit, they're not exactly on their game all the time. So they're going to be like, okay, I'll get one later. I'll get one later.
Dude, they're like, what? The Dead are playing? And then I'm going to be the capitalist that's raking in an extra $1,000 a ticket. So
that's why you always see the people with the signs at Dead shows like, I need a miracle.
Yeah,
and they got their finger up one
those
finger.
are my guys. Those are the ones that are going to be paying me.
Right.
It's okay to be a capitalist. I'm a Deadhead and a capitalist. So.
I know.
I need to know, because I'm a planner, are we standing? Are we sitting? And
Standing.
know what footwear?
Get good
Okay,
shoes.
Jill,
okay, I need to know what footwear.
Jill,
Okay.
brutally long days.
Yes, brutally
Dead
long
shows are. You see people laying in filth. That's because they're exhausted. So like
I need to
that
take
will be
a
me.
preventative aspirin.
Oh
for
yeah.
The back.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Pack
Oh yeah.
the
Preventative.
biofreeze.
Like
Okay.
people lay in filth and they're happy with it. Like it was disgusting when they were laying on the floor. We were talking to somebody, I don't remember who it was, and they're like, "Oh, they must be really comfortable." I'm like, "It is absolutely filthy down there. They spilled beer and water and like there's all kinds of shit."
Although I would say
and they're like
Tom,
laying in
Tom and
filth.
I both sat on the floor.
That was a year ago.
No, this year on
I
Thursday
did?
night. Yes, we
Oh,
both
I
did.
did at the
Intermission, and we found a clean
I didn't
space,
sit in
though.
filth.
No, we found a clean space.
But people were straight up laying in filth, and they didn't care.
It's a concrete floor, so it's a little wet.
Disgusting.
But this is the thing. Like, this is going to be a big deal. Number one, Golden Gate Park. They traditionally have played there, right? They're a San Francisco band. I talked to my brother. Matt's coming up for the show.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Sursick is on his way. So it's like
Wow.
there's going to be a big contingent.
What a motley crew.
I invited Dilo yesterday. I'm just going to throw it out there. Dilo gave me one of my first Dead tickets, so I said, hey, I'll give him one of my 6.
I guess you only have 5 that you're going to speculate
But
on.
then, no, because
And now that you've laid it out there, everyone's going to
I don't
want
want to
one.
tell everybody how many we got, but we have plenty. Okay. So, like, and I'm hoping to sell my 6 because I don't think I'm going to need my 6. How about that? But I invited Dilo. It doesn't mean he's going. I invited 4-Eyed also.
Well, they better find out if they're going. They
That
better let us
Airbnb
know.
is
4-Eyed, let's
gonna
be honest, 4-Eyed won't go.
We're basically going to have a flop house.
I don't think I'm going to stay there. Now that I'm hearing the list,
insane.
I'll
No.
just sleep in a Volkswagen Bug.
No,
someplace.
you're
Electric.
staying there.
Let's get him
Jill,
on
you're
the
staying there
electric.
too. You can't get the experience without staying
Is
there.
there a balcony? I'll sleep on a balcony.
Yeah, it's outdoor.
cold.
It's cold.
in
It's
San
gonna be cold.
Francisco.
You guys are bitches.
In
though.
August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, it's going to be cold as balls in San Francisco.
In the
I'm telling you.
evening?
Is it
It's
really?
never warm. It's
Define
never
though, but define that.
Are
60.
you- Water.
60s at night.
And
50s
breezy.
at night.
Okay,
Cold fucking
all
60
right.
though. Fucking cold, wet 60.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Cold
saying?
and wet.
I was
Cold and wet.
I was on the East Coast in Norfolk, and I would be on the submarine, and it would be like 45 degrees, and it was as cold as you could freaking imagine because it's like a wet, nasty cold. It just like goes right through your bones. That's sort of like San Francisco, guys.
I mean,
I'm
think
telling
about
you, it's never warm
If you're
there.
a Cubs fan from like in your Tom and my age, think about watching Cubs games at Candlestick Park in like in the evening in the 70s and 80s when it was still around, and how cold and windy and crazy it was, and you saw people in winter coats and jackets in July.
Yeah.
Okay, Jill, now that you know all this, one woman, 12 guys in a small Airbnb, are you in?
She's
It
in.
sleeps 4.
She's fucking in. It's big though, John. We
Are
have
you in?
freaking air mattresses and shit, right? John, you've opened my eyes to the air mattress, the magic
That's
of air
true.
mattresses, right?
The magic.
The magic of air mattresses. They're very small.
There's the
That's the
title.
You put these magical air mattresses in your suitcase, and when you land, you push a button, the whole thing blows up.
It was a night I'll never forget.
The
It wasn't
magic
that
of air
magical.
mattresses.
Let's don't get the wrong idea about the magic of these air mattresses.
All right, well, that's where we're going to be in August.
Hey, I was on WMCD yesterday.
Nice.
I went to visit Jim Dilo at WJOB. Did 90 minutes with
How's
him.
Jed doing?
I haven't
seen
been
him
on
in
Jed's show.
ages.
I haven't been on Jed's show in
A year?
at least with Jed. I've been on WJOB, but I haven't been on Jed's show in a long time. I thought it was on purpose, being honest with you,
Oh.
but I don't think it was. So I did it. I tried not to piss too many people off. Because, like, honestly, if you guys notice,
How'd
we
that
haven't
work
even
out?
we didn't talk about the convention center at all on Lockpod. You notice that?
I did
I
notice
didn't
that.
notice that.
That was by design.
But you did talk about it on Jed TV.
Because, yes, I did. Because it's more applicable. If I am going to talk a little bit about it, I think it's more applicable to talk about it there. Because, I don't know, the Lockpod audience is a different audience. It's not necessarily a region audience.
Right.
Whereas WJOB, it's a region audience. So if I was going to talk about it, I talked about it for like, out of 90 minutes, I talked for about 5 minutes about that. Because I don't want to focus on it because the damage is done. It's not like it could be turned back. It's not like if I cry and moan, anything's going to change. So I'm just going to shut the fuck up and I'm going to I'm going to let my actions speak louder than my words.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Let's talk about it now.
like
We're
you're
not
not
talking
gonna
about it
shut
on
the
Lockhart.
No, but here's a couple clips.
Shut the fuck up. This is the last day you're going to hear me.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's play this because I actually have a question about.
Okay.
about
Wait a
this
minute.
one.
I got a big question about. Okay, here we go.
Why is this so small?
Well, it was on my phone
It's
the
okay.
wrong way.
It's
I
okay.
didn't
That was
think-
my first question.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
year.
15 million a year. And by the way, there was no hold harmless money for Hammond. Did you notice that? That East Chicago got paid for the money they lost. Michigan City got paid for the money they lost. What did Hammond get? A middle finger. That was not accidental. That was on purpose. We lost the most out of everybody. Hammond did. So call me a little offended that the Lake County Commissioners gave a $200 million leg up to Hard Rock. Call me a little offended, because I am a little offended about that. I'm still offended. Pissed off is the better word. And it's not going to get better, dude. It's not. I'm done.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
The hold harmless.
I
There
don't
was
know.
Hammond did not get.
There was hold harmless language built into a statute when they moved the Hard Rock from Buffington Harbor to the highway, because they knew that by doing that, they were going to clean the clocks out of all the existing casinos. So what they did was they built a formula that didn't help Hammond at all, but it helped Michigan City and it helped East Chicago, and it ended up with them getting $5 or $6 million each, even though Hammond's losses were like 3 or 4 times the losses that East Chicago and Michigan City experienced. Hammond got 0, and that was on purpose. I know it was on purpose. Everybody knows it's on purpose. I'm not bitching about it. It's just I pointed it out.
Yeah, the way the legislation was written, it had to do with gross revenues, and Hammond had higher gross revenues than Michigan City and EC, so it never the linchpin to get Hammond money. But even at the time, as Tom was Tom's totally correct that like going in, we knew basically it was never going to hit that number,
And
so
they chose it that way on purpose because they knew, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, they knew that Hammond wouldn't receive if they chose that particular parameter. So,
can I ask a little bit about the setup here at Jed? Now it's called Jed TV, I guess, not
at WJOB. Yeah.
It's like now Jed's behind a desk and there's a couch.
Yeah.
And like you're on some like microphone system that is like into your mouth.
It's the same exact microphone system we have right here.
No, I mean I have this
hold on.
microphone.
Well, no, you're right.
Like,
I mean, it's a headset like we
Here's a
have.
bigger picture.
It's a headset like we have with a microphone that comes around. That's the way it's always been. You and I did a show at WJOB with the exact same.
oh, you know what? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Our setup was like that.
It's exactly the same
We
setup.
did have microphones. In
We
our mouth.
didn't have the couch like he has in the desk situation. It was like a high top kind
Is
of
that
thing
a
we
cup
were on.
of applesauce on
It
it?
does look like
I thought it was like,
applesauce.
I thought it was
It
like
is a
Chick-fil-A sauce.
It is a cup of applesauce, actually. Jed was actively eating breakfast during the entire interview. Yeah.
Oh, he was locked in.
Dude, he had like bananas out there and shit. Like he was like full breakfast. Like he put in like 500 calories during our interview. So.
That's so great. And what's this? Is this like a yellow piece of tape on your?
Oh, that's just
microphone there?
something on the microphone. I don't
It's
know.
like this is Tom's headset.
I didn't even notice that stuff. I was in the zone. I was just trying not to. Honestly, I was trying not to fuck up because I'm pissed about this whole issue and I don't want to step over the line. I'm gonna go over the line eventually. I'm not gonna say anything over the line. I just want to act over the line.
Speaking of,
I
let's
love that
play.
for you.
Thank you, Jill.
Play this clip. This next clip.
Viewpoint on that. How? What do you say to people that say that you're really just kind of acting out of self-interest for Hammond?
Well, I am. That's my job. I mean, I know that there's people in Gary that were offended that I took the position I did. Funny enough, in Hobart, there was no offense. Gary was mostly offended that I took the position that I think the convention center is a bad idea. And then it was like, McDermott's anti-Gary. Like, no, I'm not anti-Gary. I'm doing my job as mayor. First off, if we were talking about building the convention center at the site of the Genesis Convention Center, you wouldn't have heard a peep out of me because that had nothing to do with the casino gaming industry. What we did was give a couple $100 million leg up to Hard Rock. That's what we did, and we're doing it with taxpayer money. It's a joke. It's a joke. And that's why I didn't talk about it, because I sound like I'm crying over spilled milk, and I'm not. They did it. There's going to be repercussions for it. Either I'm going to end up losing over it or other people are going to end up losing over it. Because now, if we were in Europe, we would call for a snap election right now. If we were in a parliamentary system, we'd call for a snap election because it's like either the team I'm on is wrong or the team they're on is wrong, but one of us is wrong. And the only ones that could decide who's wrong are you, the voters. And I'm fully accountable. Run against me. I don't care who runs against me. If I run for mayor again, bring it on. I don't care. The big names, the small names, I don't care. I think I'm strong in Hammond because I do my job, okay? But there's other people, They're not doing their jobs, Jim. And they're going to... How do you feel about those? Those words are Kevin Chandler?
I think, I don't think
I can see
anybody
the
in the
stress.
region.
I can see
I heard the
stress.
word "if" in there.
I
Is
like
that what's
I like
stressing you out?
it when we had like the election off last time. I don't feel like we're having the election off next
No,
time. But like,
no,
I guess what I would say about this comment is
No.
is that
Yeah.
if you know something about Tom, is you know that he always puts Hammond first, sometimes to his own detriment. And
Sometimes it's to my detriment.
I think, I mean sometimes it is to your detriment. Like for example, sometimes it actually
when I
hurts
ran for
things you're doing,
Congress,
right.
and then people in Gary
But
were
not-
like, "Fuck you! You didn't support moving the casino to the highway, so fuck you, Tom McDermott."
Right, but what I'm saying
Right?
is it doesn't always come to your detriment. Sometimes it's actually a good thing when
in
you're
Hammond,
taking
it's
Hammond.
great.
Right.
In Hammond, people love me for it.
So-
that's why I'm here 22 years later, because
Yeah.
they support me because they see what I do for the city.
And so the one thing I would say about what Tom said that I think is accurate is that like he has the respect of Hammond voters. He has the respect of those that
I think
he
I even got
represents.
stronger during this last ordeal. I think I got stronger in Hammond. I really do. I think Hammond residents see me risking my career to fight for our city. And they see other Hammond politicians in a similar type of situation that are fucking selling them out. I think Hammond residents are smart enough to figure out what I'm talking about. Okay. And when I put my name down again, if I put my name down again, I'm going to get reelected. But these other people that are saying I'm Hammond, and then they fuck us. Yeah, put your name on the ballot. Let's see how it works out.
Yeah, I think it's
Put your name on the ballot. I can't wait. I'm like praying for the next election cycle. I can't fucking wait.
I mean, you're up for when's the mayoral election?
A year and a half, 2027.
27. All right, so that's the municipal elections. All right.
No, 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
I can't wait. I'm strong, man. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Like seriously, let's have that election tomorrow. I would love that. Let's see where we all are right now after what just happened. Let's see where all these powerful politicians are. I'd love to see it, Kevin. Love to.
Well, that's why we have elections.
I can't wait.
So for this convention center, you're saying taxpayer, we're all going to pay taxpayer dollars towards it,
Yeah,
correct? Is that what
$100
you're
million right off the bat from the state. That's taxpayer money to a
Okay.
casino.
saying?
To a casino.
So let's say it fails, right? And they're going to sell
Uh-huh.
it. So
When it
does-
fails.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when it fails, does that sale money, does that get divvied up back to the cities where the taxes were paid from?
No.
Or okay, cool.
No. And then the cool part is when it fails, Hard Rock is going to be like, we may as well just move our casino there. It's built by the Hoosiers, so they'll move their casino right into it. We're like building an expansion for them. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for Hard Rock. $100 million of taxpayer money. I'm not happy, obviously. That's why I didn't talk about it.
I think a reason you're so strong in Hammond too, Tom, is the Hammond residents are just sick of being screwed over.
We are screwed constantly.
When you think about this casino itself, like a law was changed
Yep.
to even allow this casino to be on land.
That was
Think
the first.
about
That was
how
the first
huge
fight.
that is.
That was the first fight.
Like what?
Yes. We knew what it was going to do. Everybody knew what it was going to do. It was going to take money from the biggest casino, and that was Hammond's Horseshoe. And it devastated them. Great job. And then they're like, what can we do to fuck them over even more?
Well, wait. You got to remember that that also the whole Terre Haute deal. That crazy deal where like they got better tax. Hard Rock got a better tax deal.
Yeah, and they still are up until this summer. It's just not a good deal for Hammond at all. And we have people that are supposed to represent our city that just completely sell us out. And I'm not going to ever forget what just happened. I promise you. I'm a dog like that. I'm a freaking dog like that.
I like that.
On a
I
bone.
am.
Dog
I'm a
on a
dog.
bone.
Freaking
I'm a
dog like that.
I ain't going to give this fucking bone up. I promise you. I'm a dog like that. Like, forget about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Little tiny dog, but I'm a dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
so
Love
Macron
and
got
stuff just
slapped
ends up in the
over.
script out of nowhere.
What are you talking about?
Okay, what's next?
We're just talking.
It's because it's out of
Yes.
order. We discussed this before.
Oh yeah. The script is supposed to be in order.
Yeah,
Hey, did you guys see Emmanuel and Bridgette Macron?
Woo,
that's wild.
catch those hands.
Yeah.
First off, I didn't realize about the humongous disparity. It's not Bill Belichick and Jordan-ish, but it's a huge age disparity. And it's opposite age disparity too, which is interesting. He was 18 and she was 40 or something like that when they met. And she was
can't be
married.
his first wife. He's second wife, right? For Macron.
No, I believe it's his first.
First?
I'm pretty sure. Does anybody know for
Tell
sure?
us in chat.
So anyway, So the reason this is a story is, okay, so he is 48 years old. His wife, Bridgette, Emmanuel is 48. His wife, Bridgette, is 72. I quickly did the lockpod creepiness factor.
He's 72.
She is not 72.
He is 48. She is 72. Yes.
Okay.
She is much older than him.
Wow.
He met her when he was a teenager, and she was like 40, something like that. And they got married when he was like 25, and she was like 48 or something, whatever the age difference is. Okay. I read the whole story. I didn't put it in the notes though. Okay. So I did the lockpod creepiness factor, making sure that this is not lockpod
This
creepy.
is unbelievable.
Okay. So by the way, it is not lockpod creepy. So Bridgette, good job. All right. She married.
Feels creepy.
She could. It does feel creepy, but it's not.
Does it feel
not.
creepy because it's the woman that's
I think
older?
that's part of it, Joe. I think that's where people are naturally
I'm starting
going.
with you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's opposite the way we're used to seeing it here in America, but it's France, you know, shit's different
Sure.
in France. They drive on the other side of the road and all that stuff.
No, not in France.
All right, whatever.
You can if you want to, Kevin.
You can if you want.
Some people do. That's all I got to say.
ChatGPT wins again.
So anyway, I did the lockpod creepiness factor. Her at 72, he's 48.
Wow.
Lockpod creepiness age is 43. So Bridgette, good job. You could actually divorce him and go lower if you want. Yeah.
That's, I totally thought the note
Nope.
was flipped.
Nope.
Wow.
And so what happened was, as they pulled into Vietnam on a diplomatic mission, the cameras were rolling, the doors to the jet were open, and you could sort of see Emmanuel Macron standing there. You could tell it's him, and then all of a sudden he gets like pushed in the face, like slapped or pushed, and you could see it, but you can't see who does it. Like he's pushed back, and then all of a sudden he looks out the window and he's like, "Hey, cameras!" And he just sort of like waves, like, "Hey, I just got hit in the face. How's it going?"
Like, I can't believe the cameras are on me. I just got shoved
He's
in
like,
the face.
"Oh shit! Look at that! There's cameras on me. Hey, what's up, everybody?"
And he kind of played it off as like we were just messing around with each other.
He did play it off
Yeah.
like, "This is what we
This
do."
is not an international incident.
She pushed me in the face. That's how we
This is
roll.
what we do.
Did you watch the rest of it, the clip, though?
No.
When they walk down the stairs, he tries to hold her hand. And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
doesn't
She
let
does
him
not.
do that.
Bing.
and-
I agree with you, Joe. Totally. The body language did not fit with the explanation, right? Because the body language was, they
And
were
look at
pissed
the
off.
and by the way, look at the
Flight
staff
attendants,
that's near
yeah.
them. They're like, "Oh boy."
Oh,
And
yeah.
They start like
They saw the whole thing.
They look down, like she like looks down, like looks away, and then walks away.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
They both like just walk away. Watch this afterwards. It's like,
They're like, "Oh shit,
I'm getting the
out.
fuck
See
out
ya."
of here.
Like they're having a domestic situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's Vietnamese too, I think.
They're
so
in
she's-
Vietnam.
That's the international
Yeah.
slap.
No, yeah. So she's like, "What the fuck is going on
Yeah,
here?"
dude,
Like,
that
I'm just
doesn't
here to
happen
open
in
the
my
door
country,
for them.
right?
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, the
getting
woman is
excited.
beating the shit out of the
What do
guy.
I
I love
do?
this.
So, Tom, you've had some awkward moments on camera, I'm sure, over the years.
Yeah,
Anything as awkward
Marissa
as
slapped
this.
me quite a few times on camera. I'm just kidding.
No.
Marissa's a judge.
Not
you
on
can't make
camera.
Yeah, yeah. What's that, John?
But nothing like this. I mean, this is obviously what's
Can you
the
remember
most
anything
embarrassing moment you've
on
had
camera?
on
No.
camera?
I don't
Nothing
think- I'm trying to think.
Nothing like
Probably
this.
on Lockpod.
to this
Yeah.
degree.
I mean, I've been on Lockpod cameras for over 500 hours, so I'd imagine my most embarrassing moment happened in this studio.
Probably when you try to chug
Or
that
chugging the
warm
beer. That's exactly what I was thinking. The chugging of the beer, maybe, and that wasn't even that bad.
Hey, did you see the Three's Company one I put on there, John?
yes.
Oh,
Click
yeah,
on that
play
real quick.
this. So-
Anybody that knows Three's Company, Jill, you know the show
I
Three's
do,
Company?
yes, I do.
Watch the very beginning of this. Okay.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and hers and
It shows.
come and
All right,
dance
so it
our-
sort of shows the opening of Three's Company, how John Ritter was riding his bike down his beach and he crashed and he looked at the camera and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then Suzanne Summers is laying out and they dump cold water. She looks at the camera and it's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then they show Emmanuel Macron get slapped by his wife and he turns to the camera. He's like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?"
And they have the same like font starring Emmanuel Macron. Right?
so good.
It's awesome.
Really good for those that know TV shows of the late 70s and early 80s.
Do we have enough time for the taco trade? We
Oh,
don't have to
have
go.
to.
We don't
I
have
want
to go.
This, we have to do this.
Okay.
We have to do this.
This is like fits in with our Lockpod market talk. This is Wall Street's spiciest secret. Okay, it's called the taco trade, and I'm sure some of you have heard about it. It came out yesterday. So get this: Wall Street traders, the same guys who wear Patagonia vests like it's a uniform, have a new term for how they're making money off of Donald Trump's trade threats. It's called the taco trade. And no, it's not about carnitas, although that would be more delicious and far less ridiculous. Taco stands for Trump always chickens out. Here's the play. Every time Trump goes on one of his podium rants and threatens massive tariffs on China, Mexico, your neighbor's Prius, who knows? The stock market freaks out, right? Instant nosedive. Doom headlines. People start Googling what is a tariff again. But the smart money, they sit back. They watch because they've seen this movie before. And every single time, right before those tariffs are supposed to kick in, Trump backs off. He delays it. He blames the Fed. He calls it a negotiation tactic. He says we're making progress. Translation, he chickens out. And when this happens, the market comes back stronger than ever. Boom. S&P up 300 points. Boom. NASDAQ hits a record. Boom. Wall Street bros order a third round of $40 old fashions. These traders have turned Trump's tariff tantrums into a predictable profit machine. He flinches, they feast. The taco trade. Trump always chickens out.
Isn't that great? What a great acronym. Taco trade.
It's true too, man. This because I'm usually on the other end of it because I like dig in and I stay. But these guys are literally, they say he's never going to follow through because when he says, okay, I'm going to slap a massive tariff on it, obviously the market reacts and it drops. These guys go big time long and they wait for him to back off.
I think to me the difference is like he is treating it like a private like deal, right? Like a real estate deal instead of like this is the government saying like this is what we're doing. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to throw this out there. They're going to come to the table, and we're still going to end up ahead. But this was hilarious. There's a clip here that, like, he basically admits that exactly what Wall Street is saying he's doing.
Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And
precisely.
Yes,
that's exactly it.
And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now.
Exactly, Mr.
And
President.
I said, okay, I'll give you
exactly it.
till June 9. I actually asked them, I
Correct.
said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want. And we have an end date of July 9th.
And then you'll chicken out again.
Because we have $14 trillion now invested, committed to investing when Biden didn't have practically anything. This country was dying.
Okay.
Country was dying. Yes.
We started at 10. We ended at 10.
What a deal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, to me, it's his tactic, but it's just crazy because he doesn't. Well, of course, he does realize this, but that the market reacts to what the president says or what the president does, and so these guys are just sitting back, like we know his tactic now,
and they're making money off it.
Yeah, big money, big money.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. You know, like there's something.
Oh, you know, John, he's talking to his buddies. Yeah. He's like, hey, I'm about to freak the market out.
Well, if not him, I mean,
somebody is.
For sure. Dude, I don't trust these guys. These guys are completely unethical. You know damn well people are making billions off of the swings that he's creating with his own words. You can't tell me he's not talking to his family. He's not talking to his closest advisors. He's definitely doing it. And it's definitely cheating. It's definitely unethical. It's definitely illegal. But you could break the law now if you're the president. You could do whatever the fuck you want.
He's in charge.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
that started
a
while ago, but
I know, John. But like how I'm down here in lowly Hammond, right? And I see the president completely unethical, violating law after law, pardoning people that are going to kidnap Governor Whitmer. And we're trying to like maintain law and order down here, but the guy at top is the most unethical, sleazy guy you can imagine. It's like,
I just worry that I just worry that he is taking playbooks out of like dictators and autocrats around the world and saying like, the president's powerful for sure, right? We know that.
Of course.
So very powerful, probably most powerful person in the world.
For sure.
And I'm going to say like, okay, now you can't take international students. I'm going to tell your law firm, you can't practice. I'm going to pull all your contracts. I mean, sure, you can do that, right? But it just seems so like undemocratic or our American system, and that's what I'm just afraid about.
Okay.
I hate whataboutism, but I hear you guys saying what you're saying, and I just think like Biden pardoning his family on his way out. It's like
terrible.
This stuff has to stop.
Agree. We got to also stop talking about what happened in the past too. That's another one that's just like got to go, in my opinion. Because we keep talking about that. I mean, Trump is like going back to the Clinton. It's like, God damn, dude. Like,
overall, I
responsibility.
agree with you because
Right.
it's going to be. Kevin and I were just talking about this before the show. Every 4 years, it's going to be investigating what the last
exactly.
president.
So
did.
the next Democrat that takes over is going to be like, I'm not corrupt. The last guy was way more corrupt than me, so I could be pretty corrupt, right?
Like, let's get back to just running the country and being
Yeah.
a good democracy and
How
republic
about being a
around the
good
world.
person, a good leader,
Just
like
get-
a person that's beyond reproach? You know, a person that's like leading by example. How about that? I don't care what freaking party they are.
It's
But
a
wait, we're going to
cycle
find
of-
out whose cocaine it was now.
Yeah, right.
Finally,
Of
in
course,
the White
of
House.
course.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
And who the leak of the
We
Supreme
all
Court
know
was.
whose it
Yeah,
was.
I know. He's all. I know. Hunter,
Anyway.
just go get it, Hunter. For fuck's sake.
Just
save
own
us all
it.
money.
Own it.
Just
Go pick
save us
it
a
up.
bunch of money.
Yeah.
Just go pick it up.
Like, yeah,
It's
that
your
was my
cocaine.
crack rock. You
We
got a
know it's
problem
his
with
crack. We know damn well
I'm
it's his
pardoned
crack.
now, bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I have it back now?
Hunter was pardoned, right?
Yes.
Fucking go get your cocaine, Hunter. What the fuck is the matter with you? We're gonna have this. So, all right, let's do some ads, and when we come back, we got our second
We're going to
segment.
talk about somebody else that has low respect right now.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
All right, we'll be
All right,
back in a
let's do
minute.
it. Powering Indiana Lake County is our premier and studio sponsor. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes alike. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
The bug guys, mice in the kitchen, ants in your bed, spiders up high, messing with your head. Don't grab a flamethrower, that's a bit extreme. Just call the bug guys, we're the dream team. We'll evict your pest without a fight, and you'll sleep soundly every night. No bugs, no drama, no creepy surprise, just clean, safe homes from the bug guys. Call now, because your house is not an insect Airbnb. The bug guys, 219.
They can't hear this.
Oh,
Keep
you're throwing me off.
I'm trying to find something for Kevin.
I like that.
810-7481.
Yes. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beer, chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestomer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs, even Lockpod's incredibly difficult insurance needs.
True.
Because of Kevin Smith.
Always.
Let's be honest.
Always.
Screwing up our insurance coverage. Prestomer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products, even defamation, insurance.
That's Kevin all over it.
And services, including auto, home, business, life, defamation, and much more. The Prestomer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses, even ones right here in this little law firm, throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron Arani today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
It is true, though. They like Tom mentioned the firm. Steve and I use Prestomer for our workers' comp and for our general liability. So, I mean, if you're a business, small business, big business, call Ron Arani. Me?
I don't know.
You? All right, Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra, the official sponsor of the PGA, is a superior light beer with ultra smooth taste. This refreshingly crisp light lager has only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, making it the perfect beer on the golf course or at the 19th hole. Check out the new Ultra Zero with only 29 calories, making it the perfect zero alcohol beer for any time of the day. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly. And I do want to announce, thank you, Steve, and thank you, the guys at Cal Brew. They've delivered to Lockpot Studios a big old golf bag, Michelob Ultra golf bag that Tom is going to give away in the near future. Not today, but soon enough on Lockpot during golf
Give
season.
it away to
a
Give it
Lockpotter.
away at Swingers when we do our pop-up.
Yes.
Swingers. Let's go. Good call.
That's
Jill.
perfect.
We're going to
I
give it
know.
away
Jill.
at Swingers. Good job,
I know.
Jill.
Now I know why you're here. Okay.
That's the only reason.
That's it. Good job, Jill.
I did clean your kitchen today, though.
Thank you once again.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So this is an interesting story that we found out yesterday. A little bit more about what's going on in the White House and the Doge folks. Elon kind of. Oh wait, I missed something.
Uh-oh. What'd you miss?
Just go.
Damn.
It's too late now.
I wasn't on my
It's okay.
script here.
Just go.
It's never too late.
Elon
It's
and Trump,
too
is the
late now.
bromance over?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Kevin,
It's okay.
You can still surprise me.
I was
don't know what you're
on. I was
talking
on
about.
my ads. So Elon and Trump is the bromance over. So Tom and I were talking about this yesterday, and Tom's got actually a pretty interesting take on this because Elon basically announced that he's going to have he's out. He's
I
going
want to
back.
see how you guys feel about this. So I'm going to ask you guys, okay? So, Kevin, I'm sorry. I didn't.
No. John and I were talking about this too. John, there's actually a press conference today at 1:30 Eastern time, so 12:30 Central if you're in Chicago, where Elon Musk is going to be at the Oval Office, and it's going to be like his farewell by Donald Trump.
Right.
Which I cannot wait to hear what they have to say about this.
That'll be fun.
It went
I hope he
from
brings his kid.
hawking Teslas on the front lawn of the White House to
Elon's out.
So
Yes.
they're like they don't like each other anymore.
we said on Lockpot a long time ago this wasn't going to last.
Yeah. So is it Trump or is it the people around him that are just had
Right.
enough of?
They definitely don't like him.
Yeah.
And is it Elon just being like, I need to go back and make money. This government thing's not for me.
I think that's for sure a part of it. You know?
Jill, you have any opinions on this?
I mean, I believe I said he wasn't going to fire him, which I don't think that's what's happening, right?
No, it'll be like a kumbaya today for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Trump will be like how great Elon is.
Okay. This is
Without
my
a doubt.
opinion. My opinion is this is all a total fiction. This whole thing is just made up to try to make it look like Elon Musk and Trump. Like Trump, I think, is sort of like getting rid of Elon Musk to save Tesla. Okay, Tesla's destroyed. Tesla, and the longer Musk and Trump continue to work together, the more damaged that Tesla brand is going to become. And the only way for Musk to save Tesla, because it's dead, that company is never going to come back as Tesla. The only way for him to save it is if they have some type of divorce, like Musk and Trump don't see eye to eye. Musk can't take it anymore, and he busts off and he goes off like, fuck you, Trump. I'm going to go back and run Tesla, right? That's the only chance Tesla has to even try to come back to its former glory because it's dying.
Yeah, Q1, 70% profits down. That's
Right.
Think about
insane.
that.
It's dying. Tesla brand is damaged. Like Kevin and I were talking about it. I was a potential Tesla buyer, and so was Kevin. I was literally building the cars on the website, trying to see which car I wanted, and then all this shit happened. I'll never, as long as I'm alive, buy anything that Elon Musk has anything to do with.
Never
Ever.
say never.
I will never, John.
What
I
if in
hate that
4
man.
years he comes around and is a liberal again?
He probably will because he's so screwed up. But like, I'm still like, unless he's supporting me for president, I'm probably never going to
He
buy
might.
a Tesla.
The spread the seed theory is probably much more acceptable on like liberal, like far left than it is far right. But I mean, here's the thing. I was thinking about this. Elon Musk came in before he decided to like jump around the stage with Trump during the campaign, right? He was always looked at as like kind of a weirdo, like a little eccentric, but interesting, right? Like, oh, what is he going to do next?
For sure.
The most anybody got pissed off at him was when he bought Twitter and started like
Ruined
fucking
it.
with Twitter, right? But like that was it.
That was it. You're right.
Like,
that was
now-
when he really started to piss people off.
Yeah, and it was kind of like he's just a jerk or whatever. He's got a lot of money. He's going to do what he wants. But now he's like hated.
Yeah.
He fired.
I
he
hate
got
him.
He
He
is
is-
hated by tens of thousands.
Like
of
with
people.
me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you hate Elon Musk? I'm like, okay. Because like 10 is for like Hitler
Yeah, I'm
and
like a
stuff that.
7, 6,
8,
6,
8.5.
maybe.
like Hitler.
But
Right?
right.
So like, I'm going to say 8.5. That's how much I hate
But I
Elon
mean,
Musk. Okay?
he is despised by so many people now. Like he's gone from just like an eccentric rich guy that took over Twitter to like, you fired me.
Yes.
You impacted my family
Yes.
because of you, and you're rich.
And you were like jumping up on stage like,
Yes, with a
like
chainsaw.
cheerleader, like a
Yeah.
jag-off.
Yeah.
Like
There
was no
celebrating
dignity.
the loss of my job.
They
Exactly.
they're burning his cars. They're blowing up his dealership.
So do you think there's some legitimacy
Yes.
to what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is the whole thing.
I did not
is
think about it till you
this
said it.
divorce is all staged. This is
Interesting.
to save Tesla.
Interesting.
Trump knows it. These guys are still buddies, but Trump's going to do everything, and Musk is going to do everything they can to act like they're not buddies anymore. In my
like
opinion.
Trump threw a tweet out about like how he's like he was disappointed with the big beautiful bill.
Musk did, yeah.
Musk
Musk
did,
is-
I'm sorry, Musk
Yeah,
did,
he's against the president's bill. It doesn't cut enough. It's like this is all bullshit.
Let me play this
Staged.
clip.
Okay.
Yeah, this is him just like a couple days ago.
So, I was like disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
I actually thought that when this big, beautiful bill came along. I mean, like, everything he's done on Doge gets wiped out in the first year.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both.
This is the same guy, by the way, who pushed for the continuing resolution a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like, let's keep spending.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's totally, this big, beautiful bill.
That's why what I'm saying, I think, is legit.
So the bromance over? What's your answer?
No, the bromance is not over. The public bromance is over. The secret bromance is stronger than ever.
When you said this yesterday, I was like, you know what, Tom? I think you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. This is not a fight.
What else does he need from the government? He got all kinds of data. Everybody that was
you're
investigating
right. If that's true,
his companies and everything, like they're all fired.
Got all these contracts.
So
I mean,
you're right.
What else does he want? He doesn't need anything else. He doesn't have to be.
Well, like what happened though? Like I really think Tesla's destroyed. I don't think Tesla is ever going to be the same
unless he removes himself from it,
or like sells the company, changes the name, and it's like called Leaf or something like that, right?
Which he could still do if he was in the government. He doesn't have to leave the government to
do that. No, but I think
Tesla.
But no, I think of the being in the front and center all the time as part of the government hurt him.
What you hit on, Kevin, or John, or whoever brought it up, was the people that got fired and him jumping up on stage. That stuff he'll never live down. It's going to be impossible. It was not even a few people. No. Like as mayor, if I have a big layoff, it's like 12 people, right? They laid off like hundreds of thousands of people.
It was like 12% of the
and that includes
like these are people that are never ever going to buy a Tesla.
Their families and their parents.
Their families and parents.
Right.
People that voted for Trump.
Yes. I was a park ranger. I was a park ranger for 30 years, and they laid me off. Do you think I'm ever going to buy a Tesla? Hell no. My kids? Hell no. I would shit talk them as much as possible.
Even though park rangers are probably a great market for Teslas.
Right.
So yeah, it says Doge managed to cut nearly 12% or 260,000 of the 2.3 million strong federal civilian workforce.
That's crazy.
Largely through threats of firings, buyouts, and early retirement offers.
Yeah, yeah. And they said Doge is going to keep going, but is it really? I mean, the people that Elon Musk brought in have resigned, or
wasn't it Vivek and Elon and Vivek quit
left
right?
in like 10 days,
right? So like, what is Doge now?
Doge is going to keep going, but the GOP's...
bunch of computer nerds that they're the last ones left.
And what are they?
They're like 22-year-olds.
Look at the new budget, the big beautiful bill now.
Yeah,
there's no cuts in there.
There's no cuts.
It's adding.
It's adding.
It's adding
trillions.
Adding a lot, and it's cutting people off Medicaid and giving a tax break to the top 1% and 2%.
Yep, keeping those tax breaks.
It's like
place.
shameless, man. Dude, it's shameless.
Thank God. And you're attacking the very few people like Massey and Rand Paul and some guys in the Senate who don't want this to go through.
Yeah, because they're
crazy. Can you imagine that? You're attacking them for being conservative.
Too conservative.
You're for being too Republican. Things are, dude.
Well, I think a lot of those, there's like that Freedom Caucus and in the Senate, there's Rand Paul and others that really thought like, okay, we're really going to finally cut the budget.
Yeah,
and it's not happening.
No.
So.
All right, let's do some ads, and when we come back, we have our final segment. We're going to be talking a little bit of Diego. Yes. Where in the world is Diego Morales? Diego Morales, for those of you that aren't aware, he's a big name down in India. He should be a big name for you because he's our Secretary of State. But a lot of people don't know him because he constantly travels out of country.
We'll find out
Indiana's
where he's been.
Secretary of State. So where in the world is Diego Morales?
I don't bullshit China. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen Sandiego
Steel
Morales.
I love that show.
All right, so let's do some ads. When we come back, we'll tell you where in the world is Diego Morales. So.
Love this.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Who are you going to call? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Kuklakis Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or on your job? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. That's who. Hablamos Español.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning with a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on. They're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com for tailored assistance. Don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Uh-oh.
Elevate your brand with
That was a
Misprint,
good one.
the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-5544-LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you. In fact, we tried to get John on today, and he had to be in court.
Yep.
So
Couldn't do it.
It's not, I just love it when the ad speaks truth.
Yeah, man. Or like when we're doing the ad and he's literally running out.
Yeah. I got to get to court or the jail.
Mayor, someone in chat said, "Thank you, Mayor, for making Hammond great again. God
Yeah.
bless you."
Haga. Or how would that? Maha.
I have a lot of Republican
Maga.
fans.
Maha.
I've noticed that.
Maha.
You know that? I've noticed that. I have like people that are conservative that also support me, and I'm proud of that, actually.
Well, I think, local politics to me is less party and more about the person, right? And you've done a great job in basically, like, I'm for Hammond. So if you're live in Hammond and you're Republican, conservative, liberal, progressive, you got to be, I think you have to be a fan of the mayor.
How about this anecdote? Okay. So John's following me the other day in the parade. John, I don't know if you remember this. We were on Homan heading north. Okay. And we just turned the corner, and I was on the east side of the street, and I ran up to a family. I didn't notice they were big time MAGA until I got up to them. Okay. Not saying I would have skipped them, but okay. But I ran right into this family, and they're all MAGA'd out as soon as I get in.
MAGA'd
right?
out. I thought you could smell something.
No.
These are
This is
MAGA people.
No. They had
How dare you.
the shirts, the hats, they were trumped out, right? And I walked right into them, and they were totally patting my back, telling me what a great mayor I was, and I was like, I don't. And you caught that on camera, John. I remember thinking, wow, that was on camera, and it just sort of shows that I have fans that are on both sides of the aisle, which I appreciate, because. Yeah, I think there's issues I'm on both sides of the aisle on for sure.
I mean, as a moderate, I think that's exactly why I think being in the middle is a good thing in this country right now. And
I'm glad I'm in the middle, man. I'm proud to be in the middle. I wish there was a separate moniker for where I am because I do. This should be I don't know, mod, MOD.
Yeah.
I
have the most respect for people who don't just toe the party line, right or left.
Yeah.
They just,
All right, let's do. Speaking of crappy elected officials, let's talk about Diego.
In the world is
Carmen San Diego.
Steal this.
We need to get an atlas in here. This is a new segment. Where is Diego today?
This week?
Yeah,
he sure isn't in Indianapolis where he's supposed to be. And the Indy Star kind of called him out on it. This was interesting, and we've criticized Diego Morales a bunch on this show before, and it kind of fits with we had Representative Ed Delaney, who was an unbelievable guest, by the way, on Tuesday. If you haven't heard that show, please tune into season 15, episode 9.
He's great.
He was awesome. Yeah. And he did a great job criticizing Diego Morales and his budget earlier this year at the State House. But now the Indy Star is kind of where are you? Diego Morales was in India a couple weeks ago on a quote-unquote economic development trip, because isn't that what our Secretary of State, the head of elections, should be doing?
Where did he go again?
India.
Yeah.
Yep. And then this last week, he's on personal time in Hungary.
I'd love to see who's paying the bills for this stuff. But he had also said he's on a trip out there talking about agriculture and how trying to create partnerships for agriculture between Hungary and Indiana. And that clearly falls within the lieutenant governor's purview. It's clearly
the Department of Agriculture
is part of the lieutenant governor's job. So they're calling the lieutenant governor saying, did you authorize Indiana Secretary of State to go to Hungary to try to revive agricultural trade between that nation and our country? And it's causing problems down there. But I mean, Elected officials are allowed to travel, and they say Diego's on personal time. So why is this a big deal?
But he's
Kevin?
also speaking
because I've gone to Mexico before.
Yeah, he's
on
also
personal
speaking
time.
at a conservative political conference while he's in Hungary.
Okay, you know what that tells me then, because I think like a politician. Okay, you guys don't think like politicians, but I am. So what that tells me is, why would you go to Hungary on personal time and speak at a CPAC conference? You know why he's doing that? In my opinion, Kevin, because he's using his campaign money to do this. He's traveling
or state money. What if he's using state money? Look at this picture.
If he's using state money, that's really unethical.
What is this?
But I bet you he's using his campaign money to fly overseas for like some. I bet you the whole thing is on his campaign.
So this picture here is Diego Morales, I believe maybe his wife, the Secretary of State from Louisiana, and a agricultural minister from Hungary.
A Hungarian J.D. Vance clone.
Yes,
oh my God, dude! Totally. That looks like J.D. Vance. Totally, right?
Yeah,
the eyeliner's popping on him though.
Is he Irish too?
I was about. Okay, what are they doing with the Irish flag in the background?
It's not.
No, that's not the Irish flag, is it?
No.
Oh wait, is that?
That's a Hungarian flag, right?
Hungarian.
Yeah,
they're in Hungary.
Yes, they're in Hungary.
Well, because that bust out an Irish flag. Bust out an Irish
We
flag.
do need a necklace.
No, Irish flag is side by side. That was top to bottom.
Bust out
stripes.
the Hungarian flag.
Okay.
Okay, hold it. Green, white, and orange.
That's side by side.
I agree.
Tom.
I agree. Okay, asshole, it was sideways.
But
I
it
didn't
was vertical.
It's
Okay.
red, white.
All right.
and-
Okay.
hanging.
Okay. Sorry, I might be colorblind. Okay. It looks orange right there. That's orange, Kevin.
That's a Hungarian flag. It's top to bottom.
Okay, it's a Hungarian flag with orange stripe instead of a
green,
red
white,
stripe.
orange. This is
Right. Red, white,
green.
green.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And they're in Hungary, so I'm just guessing it's a Hungarian flag.
I'm guessing too, but that looks like an Irish flag, asshole, right?
God, where is Carmen Sandiego?
I wish I was there.
Fuck.
Yes, a spokesman for the Secretary of State's office did not answer questions about if Morales was currently in Hungary, if he traveled to Hungary earlier this year, or who paid for the travel.
I'm getting hungry.
Indy Star sent the questions to his office prior to Morales'
You need an
personal
applesauce cup.
ex post that he was traveling with his wife. The Secretary's schedule this week shows personal time away from the office. Spokesman Lindsay Eaton said in an email to the Indy Star, note, Secretary Morales receives invitations for meetings and functions throughout the year, as his title remains Indiana Secretary of State at all times. Indy Star asked the Secretary of State's office again on May 28th about if Morales was in Hungary, but did not receive any response.
You know, I've been invited all over the damn world, Kevin. You really do. Like, Marissa and I got invited to South Africa, right? Been invited to Hawaii, been invited all over the country, all over the world, because random stuff comes to you as an elected official. And it's like most elected officials ignore that kind of stuff because it distracts from their job. Like, why would I go to South Africa other than it would be super cool to see it, right? It would be very selfish for me, in my opinion, to travel to South America, especially on the public dime, because it doesn't really have anything to do with my job.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a specific reason to go, like there's a South African company that wants to come to Hammond. And
we went to
there's a
China
right,
on an
and that
economic
was-
development trip.
Right.
Straight up. It was paid for. We had speeches. We traveled the country speaking. It was a work trip, quite frankly. I'm not saying
Went
I
to
didn't
the
have
sister
fun.
city.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
Right. So that was one where I can remember traveling. But like this guy, he's been in office 2 years. He's been to India. He's been to Hungary. It's like he's doing everything he can to take advantage of the position of his office.
So
What?
In the
Yes.
in the Hungarian news, they confirmed that Morales was in Hungary and said that he met with Deputy Secretary of State Oskar Okros, and that Morales promised to, quote, contact agricultural enterprises and organizations in the state of Indiana for participation in a national agricultural exhibition. And then then the mayor of a small town, or maybe it's a big town in Hungary, showed photos of a meeting with Morales and his wife. The post on the mayor's account, translated, indicates that he met with Morales, and the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality lady who was with him in early May. And they discussed the economic development of the city, our achievements in the field of sustainability, future opportunities for cooperation, and the establishment of a sister city relationship. There you go. He's also going to speak at CPAC over there.
CPAC Hungary?
CPAC Hungary.
I forgot who I was listening to recently, but they were talking about where's the governor and all this. Was it yesterday at lunch, Kevin?
Yes.
It was. And it's like, where is the governor in all this? Because the governor should be stepping up and telling his lieutenant governor, calm down. He should be telling his Secretary of State, stay in the country. Stay in the state, right?
Ring,
He should
ring.
be.
Hey,
Where's
stay
the
in
governor?
country, let
The
alone-
governor's the one that's. He's the adult in the building. He's the one that's supposed to be in charge of all this shit. Governor Braun. Like, why is this happening? It's ridiculous. They say they pass a law in the state house that says don't buy luxury SUVs with state money. What does Lieutenant Governor do? Gets a $100,000 SUV. They say you shouldn't be traveling overseas. What does the Secretary of State do? Fuck you, Governor. I'm out. Boom. India, Hungary. This is stuff that has nothing to do with Indiana except for your tax money.
It's like
And
the fact that the reporter's asking where's the Secretary of State.
Right.
It's
and
so
they're saying,
weird.
like, we don't know. He's
It's
on
in the
personal
title.
time.
You're supposed to be in the damn state,
So
right?
weird.
It's your title of your name.
It's just
So-
weird.
So
And-
is Diego Morales on Team Lieutenant Governor and
Probably.
Braun's scared to go after him?
Interesting.
Good point.
Maybe. Who
Good
knows?
point.
And by the way, Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of State are both positions that have to win at the convention. They have to win.
Yes.
They have to be
point,
nominated
Kev.
at the Republican convention. So they don't
don't
get
have
it. There's
to
no
win.
primary.
Yeah.
They have to win within
They
their
don't have to worry
delegates.
about us. They don't worry about Republican voters.
Right.
They worry about Republican
Delegates. Yep.
And Republican delegates, you could file your own. You could be like, I have a team. Like, think about Micah Beckwith, the lieutenant governor. He's a pastor. He has a flock, right? And he goes to his flock and says, hey, can some of you be delegates to the Indiana State Convention? And if he gets a couple hundred of them, of his flock, to become delegates, he is a very powerful person in that convention. Because then they're like, I'm going to vote for Micah. Even though he's crazy. I'm voting for him because he's my pastor. Right?
And that's what happened because, remember, Braun's handpicked choice for lieutenant governor lost to Micah Beckwith. Diego beat the sitting Secretary of State for the nomination. Holcomb, right? And that was it. So this is one last thing. Following Morales' trip to India, state lawmakers added a provision to the budget this year that requires the governor, cabinet officials, lieutenant governor, and other separately elected officials such as Morales to annually submit travel reports about where they traveled, why and who paid for it, if it involves state dollars. So there you go.
Yep. All right.
He's married?
I can't help but still. I like him because he's. You ever notice like when I think of like Hispanic people are so happy all the time, right? So even when Diego's getting grilled by Delaney about hiring family, he's just like smile on his face, like nothing's wrong.
I think that's just sort of Diego's approach to. I'm just going to stick to the script.
He's just
I'm
so
not going to
happy.
acknowledge. Yeah.
This Democrat doesn't mean anything
I don't.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah,
think that's
he's
more what it is.
untouchable.
He's like, you're a Democrat. Like you could ask me anything. I'm not going to answer your question
not
because I don't
playing
need
into
to.
your game.
I don't
Yeah.
have to answer your question because you're going to vote against me anyway, and you don't matter because you're like not even 1/3. So like he's just like, I'm not even going to answer your questions,
I
Representative.
don't know. I think it's deeper than that. I think it doesn't even register with him. Like he's just living life, living free, just
Yeah.
having fun.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, let's go ahead and wrap it up after another quality episode.
Yes.
Season 15, episode 10's in the books. We're going to be back on Tuesday. Not sure if we have a guest or not. Do you guys know? I know
No, we do
Steve
not.
lined up somebody.
He's working on it.
I think it's a week from now.
Guests, yes.
But we are also working on a couple guests too. And one of them is the mayor of Michigan City. I want to get her over here. Mayor Angie is excellent, and she's doing great things, and I'd love to talk to her about it. So
Got a couple legislators that reached out
Yes.
that want to come on, so that's coming hopefully. So
we got some stuff cooking. So stick with us. We got 15 more episodes left for this season. So we'll see you back on Tuesday. We miss you. We love you. Thanks for coming in, Jill. It's great to see you. I can't wait for San Francisco. Looking forward to it. Jay Vez.
Yeah, me
awesome.
too. Mm-hmm.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And coming from the locomotive, we appreciate you all listening. We'll be back on Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Be safe. Lock pods out.
Right on a stone bus in Chinatown. Where in the world is
Carmen San Diego?
Steal their soul in South Korea, making money comes right on